Well, it's number 30. We made it episode-wise, as we also made it age-wise several years ago each, at which point both of our lives took sharp downturns.
I want to be dead before my 33rd birthday, preferably a couple months before my 33rd birthday, so I don't have to watch WrestleMania next year.
You're talking a big game about not watching WrestleMania next year, and you're definitely going to. You're definitely going to do a podcast about it beforehand. You're going to do a podcast about it afterhand.
Here's the thing. Like, one of my non-wrestling friends said to me...
Don't act like you have non-wrestling friends.
I don't act like I have friends.
Sure.
Someone who does not like wrestling or watch wrestling, like, said to me, because they asked me, like, WrestleMania was this weekend, how was it? And my response was, don't fucking talk to me, guys. And then they were like,
no longer friends.
And they were like, oh, what? And I was like, oh yeah, it was literally the biggest waste of a Sunday in the history of my life.
And it was the whole Sunday.
And it was the whole Sunday, and he said to me, well, then why do you watch it? And I was like,
I don't know.
Like, listen, you don't understand. It's like, it's a thing that wrestling fans do to, like, literally torture themselves. Because you hate it. But because it's such a big part of who you are as a human being, like, I've watched every WrestleMania live. I think the first one I watched live was 14. So
okay.
Everyone from 14 to now I have watched live or, like, the day of later or, like, every time it's on I watch it.
Yeah, I've watched every live since 12, and I think I was, like, out of town on, like, a school trip or something and got back and watched it, like, either, like, late that night or the Monday. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I think everyone else has been live.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where, like, no matter how much you hate it, you know you're going to hate it, you don't want to sit through 7 hours of wrestling, you still do it because you like to torture yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I need to hate.
Yeah.
I need to hate everything.
You're a rageaholic.
And
you're addicted to Rageahol.
I have to. But, like, do you remember when WrestleManias had, like, they still even had, like, 11 matches on them, and they were only 3.5 hours long?
Yeah.
But every match was, like, 4 minutes. Like, it was just, like, plow through everything as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do 7 hours again. I can't. Like...
It was tough. It was a lot.
Even with a break in the middle to get food.
Yeah.
Still. Can't do it.
There should be a day in the middle.
There should just be, like, not so much.
Decompress.
Do a Saturday...
Think about what we did.
Do a Saturday network special that has all the unimportant shit.
And then the rest of it is just on Raw on Monday.
Yeah.
So you have a full day
and
in
WrestleMania
between.
can be the 2 title matches and whatever bullshit celebrity things you're doing could just be like a 2-hour WrestleMania.
That's fine. Let's pitch that.
Anyways.
So I guess we have to review it. Do we? Can we, man, I guess there's, like, some, like, just, like, week in review on the WWE Network right now, and what happened to Paige's face?
She doesn't work out anymore, and so she got fat in the face?
But, like, just the face. The rest of her body looks okay.
She might have got some Botox-y...
Bad surgery?
Yeah.
Or touch-ups? Because, like, she used to be cute, right? I'm not crazy?
Yeah, she's also, like, getting old and looking like her mom.
But getting old, she's, like, 25?
Yeah, but we saw her when she was 21, and, like, you know, a tween.
I don't know. Most people can make it through their mid-20s. Like, I'm in my mid-40s and still cute as fuck. So, why can't Paige do it? Right?
I don't have an answer for you. She is, in fact, 25.
Yeah. A reasonable time to retire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like
after all the high-risk wrestling she's done her whole career... It's definitely not that she was just a small girl with a weak body that should never have been fucking wrestling in the first place.
This isn't like a Danielson situation where guys were being
15 years of landing on his head
and like dudes doing piece of shit like boots to the head even though they shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's literally just like get hurt, don't wrestle for a while, and then take a move that like shouldn't hurt anybody,
and
but just destroys you.
Her, just decimates your spine.
Like, yeah, fucking hell.
You should never have wrestled.
Also, I'd like
That's
to
my
point
hot
out that
take.
I vaguely called this match, although it wasn't for the title, but I did say, I bet you Danielson gets the next title shot. Little did I know he was getting the next match against AJ.
Yeah, the very next match, which I believe is a no contest. When
Yeah,
Nakamura
Nakamura does bullshit.
We're discussing this week's SmackDown, which they're showing highlights of right now.
And then everybody was hoping that they would replace Baron Corbin with Danielson for a three-way.
For the house show circuit.
Well, and for like the next pay-per-view.
That's not a pay-per-view, is it?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
I don't fucking care. Anyways,
God.
let's stop focusing on this bad wrestling, although that was okay.
Yeah, it was probably a good match.
We'll
Bryan
focus on
Styles.
this bad wrestling.
Okay, if you insist.
Okay, Honor the Giant Battle Royal, I don't remember a single thing from, other than like
I remember the end.
yeah, and like the Final Four, and you're
One thing. Dolph Ziggler doing like
the Shawn Michaels.
14 Shawn Michaels spots.
Anytime he got near the top rope, it was
Yeah.
go over and struggle,
Dangle,
kicking. Oh, I'm still
Yeah.
in.
I
Fuck
hate him.
him.
He's the worst.
He's literally the worst.
He deserves everything that's happened to him.
I hate him.
I hope he fake quits again. And
Only to re-sign and then vaguely complain about what they're doing with him, like he's done for the last, 6 years.
yeah, it's about right. Yeah, so yeah, there's Ziggler being an idiot. Goldust did a dab, which I thought was awesome, and everyone else was a dick about.
Dustin, you son of a bitch.
Also, his gear was fucking sweet. It was Goldust with
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes polka dots.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though Dusty Rhodes hated the polka dots.
Yeah, but that's...
which is everyone's tribute to
Yeah.
him. Because that always blows my mind. Like, everyone associates the polka dots with Dusty Rhodes. One, he didn't have it for that long, because
No.
he wasn't in WWF for that long.
No.
He's so much more associated with NWA and WCW, but everyone, like, the go-to Dusty tribute is fucking yellow polka dots. A mean thing that
a
Vince
rib
McMahon
on him being
made
fat.
him wear.
And then give him a black lady
So it
because
looks
they're like,
stupid.
hey, fat white guys like black ladies.
Yeah.
I so much more associate him with red huggers and like cowboy boots, white and blue cowboy boots.
Yeah.
That's what I associate him with.
Yeah, red or black huggers, and the boots. But no, fucking yellow polka dot singlet is the way to do it. If guys, if any aspiring indie workers out there who want to pay tribute to Dusty Rhodes for some fucking reason, might I suggest dumb yellow polka dots.
This match sucked. It was exactly what it was. It was a battle royal, like, with a bunch of nobodies.
The ending confused the live crowd.
Yeah.
Because Bray came out, who was not in the match, and then he and Matt Hardy eliminated, what, was it Corbin last?
Yeah. With the really terrible go for the Sister Abigail,
But then just
like,
throw him?
when you get up, you just whip him into Matt, and it looks so terrible.
Yeah.
It was Bray mailing it in.
Yeah.
It was 100% Bray, like, not trying very hard.
Yeah, and then once they eliminated them, people thought the match was still going because there were still two people in the ring, and then
They just, like, ring the bell, and they're like,
rung the bell.
Matt
Wins because the other guy's just a helper monkey, and
Oh, he's white.
it's Bray Wyatt. It doesn't. It's fine. It could have been problematic with if Titus O'Neil had been in that spot, but so Matt Hardy wins as we both predicted. 4.5 stars, best match on the show.
Yeah, and Goldberg won.
And Goldberg won. I'll say more about that later because I think it comes up again. But David Meltzer gave it 1.5 stars. We both predicted 1 star. I'd say it's in that range.
Yeah, it's...
I wrote down all the star ratings I gave them after the fact, except except a lot of them. I thought it was just this match, but apparently I got bored halfway through and stopped doing it. So, yeah, they'll be on the fly. But, yeah, I guess it was 1 star or half a star. I'll give it half a star. I think it under met my expectations of 1 star.
Yeah, I'll give it half as well, because it was like a complete throwaway nothingness.
Yeah.
There wasn't even like any entertaining spots or like anything. You know, there was literally nothing in it.
Yeah. No, it was totally nothing. I remember even less about the women's.
Do we even do the women's?
Did we do it?
Do we even like pick a winner and do start for it? I don't remember.
Yes,
Oh, we did.
I picked Goldberg again and predicted 4 stars, and you did nothing.
Yeah, because I didn't want to.
Who won? Naomi?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, the ending sucked.
In typical, somebody hides on the floor, you think somebody's won,
But
they come back and they're the last person and they win.
any other time you see the person who eventually wins, like, go out under the ropes. So
Sometimes,
at least,
yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
you may forget about it as time passes, but you
And
saw
that's what
them
they
go.
want you. They want you to forget that person's in
But
the
we
match.
never even saw her. We just assumed
But
she was eliminated.
it was the same thing as like the Royal Rumble, where like when all the NXT girls were in, and they just like all of a sudden all the main roster girls were on the floor, and you're
Yeah,
like,
like, are they
did
all-
any of them get eliminated? Like I don't know anything.
Answer, no. Yeah, so it was what? It was Bailey and Sasha at the end, and then...
Bailey checked out Sasha,
and then...
Naomi
Which is,
King.
by the way, that should have been the other way around, because isn't Sasha the heel?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end you have a face sneaking up on a face?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, they're going to turn Bailey heel.
Whatever.
She's not going to be a hugger anymore. She's going to be a pincher.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the thing that if you only see part of Bailey's shirt, what she's going to be.
A plugger.
I'm a you know what.
a butt plugger.
Meltzer also gave this 1 1/2 stars. Also, probably too high.
Yeah.
Dare I venture dud?
I say dud.
Done.
Easy a dud.
We are agreed.
Yeah. Although that wasn't even the second match. The second match was the Cruiserweight.
No, I know, but one sort of flowed into the other. Heavily flowed into the other. Boom. Still got it. It's a Cruiserweight title match. Finals of tournament. Mm-hmm. What? Oh, God. Oh, I wish this was a video podcast, because all of Drew's bones fell out, and he just become a mass of liquid. Just let that fucking guy from if I can make this pull, Drew, Odo from Deep Space Nine. Boom,
Oh my
did it.
God.
Yeah. How do you like me now?
Wow.
Yeah, right. You get anyone listening could just send me a check for how good that fucking pull was. Cedric and the Entertainer. Cedric Alexander and Prince he's not Prince Mustafa Ali anymore,
He's
right?
Mustafa Ali.
He lost his nobleship.
Before he came to E, I think.
He was stripped of his title.
Yeah.
Huh? What was he Prince of?
Arabs.
Bahrain.
Arabs.
This was pretty good.
Prince of Punk.
The Prince of Tides. That was a movie.
Prince of Persia. Sands of Time.
Well, yeah, that's
I gotcha.
technically also true. Can't even argue with it. Yeah, so this is pretty good, although I feel like Cedric and Ali treated it as better and more important than it was. They were doing like Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, like "I'm sorry, I love you" finishes
Yeah.
on the pre-show,
Yeah.
which is like you're attributing more importance to this than there actually is.
I think you're also
There's
assuming...
too much gravity to
You're
it.
assuming that, like, more of the audience watches 205 Live than they do, and, like, realizes that they are actually friends and have this, like, indie history with each other.
Yeah.
But to everybody else, it was just like, why are they being fags?
Yeah, and like neither one's white. Who do I even cheer for?
I know, right?
So based on that, you had predicted Mustafa Ali because he's the lighter colored
Yeah.
one. You were wrong.
Close enough to white.
Not in my book. You were wrong because obviously Cedric was going to win, and he did. Stupid. Mm-hmm. Meltzer gave it 3. I think it's actually maybe a little better than 3.
We both gave it 3.5.
We both predicted 3.5, and I stuck with 3.5.
I also stick with 3.5.
Yeah. And thereby ends the pre-show and the amount of matches that we could have watched and not gotten bored.
Yeah.
So we will see you next time on the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. There was also a 5-hour main show. I can't. Drew, this is it. It broke me. Turn it off.
I would love to turn this off.
Shut it down.
I would love to turn this off.
What was the goddamn opener of this show? I don't even know.
It was the IC title.
Was it Roman versus Brock?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just talk about that. Then let's go get KFC.
Again?
Yeah.
More KFC.
Guys,
More waffles.
y'all got the waffle double down, or is that like a? It can't be a Canada thing. We don't even do chicken waffles. Chicken and waffles. I'm amazed we have it, but I don't know. I prefer the original double down because it's just two things of chicken that act like a bun with just goo in the middle. It's just cheese, bacon, and literally goo. Whereas the waffle double down is like a waffle in the middle of it, which I appreciate the irony of it literally being a reverse sandwich where you have two things of meat with like carbs in the middle. But I don't want carbs when I'm just eating meat and goo. It gets in the way. It's too stuffy. It's too chewy. I just want meat and goo. Drew, is this too much to ask? Your thoughts? Oh, Drew went unconscious. Drew's soul left his body.
I like me some carbs.
Carbs
are GTFO.
I've never seen evidence of this. He said as he literally.
I'll put a donut in my mouth right now.
Shoved 3 baked goods from 7-Eleven into his mouth.
I have only eaten one, in fact. The other 2 are there in case I need to get sad later about the fact that I'm talking about the worst show I've seen in forever.
Oh, so that's what that wicker basket on your night table labeled sad food is.
Personal time meals.
Those PTMs, they come in handy. Yeah, I see 3-way. See, do you see those listening? Do you see how beautifully and seamlessly we get back to it from wherever we go? We'll go off on the road less traveled, Robert Frost, and we'll loop on right back to fucking Miz, Balor, Rollins 3-way. Boom, just like that. How do you like me now?
Probably.
It was good. I liked it. The show, up to this point and after this point, was still a pretty good show. My prediction of the show being, what did I say? Pretty good, holding steady. And we were listening to the Hold Steady as we did it.
How?
The guy who doesn't
Are
really
you saying
sing.
Are you saying the main card is holding up or the whole show?
Mainly the main card, because
Okay.
there were 2 Battle Royals.
And both of them were bad.
And neither was good. But like as far as non-Battle Royal wrestling matches, we were on a good run for a while.
Storyline matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as it was going on, I'm like, this is a pretty good Mania. Scott's nailing it. So yeah, first match was really good. As expected, Seth and Finn, or Prince Nevitt, as the Miz might call him, worked really hard, and the Miz was there for everything. I don't think I had any problems with the Miz in this match, despite all my shit talking of him in the preview.
He didn't stand out as being in the way or anything.
He didn't drag anything down. He was like, his positioning and timing was good for everything. No real complaints. The match, like, it never got like amazing, but it was good the whole way through, and there was some good stuff.
It wasn't sloppy. It wasn't lazy. Like,
no.
They didn't rush anything. Like, everything was pretty smooth.
Yeah, and it got some time. And
it actually really did get some time. I thought it would be a lot shorter than it went.
Because it probably got, I'm going to say 13:40. If I had to make a rough guesstimate, 13 minutes and 42 seconds. By the way, if it is, you have to give me
all the blowjobs?
Access to your bank account.
No. You were wrong. It got 15:30.
Oh, a minute 40 off. Story of my life. So yeah, got a lot. Drew's losing it. Got a lot of time. They did really well. Meltzer gave it 3 1/2.
Meltzer's drunk.
We both predicted 3 3/4. And speaking of predictions, this is
I don't give a shit.
where I will loop back to the Goldberg winning the Battle Royal. And for this one, your prediction was Samoa Joe, not a participant
I don't care.
in the match. The reason both of these were selected was because you listened to fucking What Culture rumors on YouTube, which are nothing but bullshit.
I think
absolute bullshit.
it's a combination
no basis in reality
of me being hopeful and also me not giving a shit.
So
Would you have felt better if I had predicted Elias in both of those matches?
Yes. Much better. For all my talk, I also did not predict correctly. I did at least predict someone in the match. I predicted Finn. I guess I should have predicted Rollins because he was the only one with like any momentum
Yeah,
going
they
into
also-
the match.
They also hate Finn except for Trips.
They also hate Finn, and they've made him gay now, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Which is pretty funny. Just like, hey, you wear rainbow stuff. I forgot how accents work. I'm not gay, fella. But yeah, sorry, but you are now.
Oh, I am totally not a faggot.
Oh, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Suck and hold the penis. I'm Prince Nevitt, Prince of the Fellatios. He didn't win, because Rollins won. We both predicted 3 3/4. I think it was 3 3/4.
I also think it was 3 3/4.
We're agreeing too much. We're gonna have to.
It's fine. We will disagree later on.
We're gonna have to wildly diverge on something.
We will disagree later on.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I was looking at the thing. I'm like, why don't I have star ratings? Our star rating predictions for Roman Brock was because I did this at 4:45 this morning and fell asleep.
You're an insane person.
And did not go back to do it. So
do you remember what you gave it?
I really don't.
I don't either.
I really, really don't. So that'd be fun.
It's either
get
1
to.
or 4.
Damn, I knew there was something I was supposed to do this morning, and by this morning I mean like 1 p.m. But yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? What was next? Charlotte Asuka kept rolling. Another good match. Actually, this is where the end of this match is where this show ended.
Yeah.
Really good match. Got to be one of Charlotte's best matches.
Is it
I
one
would
of?
think.
Is it one of the best women's matches to ever happen on in the main company?
Yeah, it's top 5, maybe top 3, probably, because there were the women's 3-way 2 manias ago was good.
Yeah.
That was that Charlotte, Sasha, Becky. That was good. And I think Charlotte and Sasha had a couple good non-pay-per-view matches on Raw because all their pay-per-view matches were always god-awful for some reason because it was always Hell in a Cell or something that they totally couldn't handle.
Yeah, because they're women and you can't trust them with anything.
Yeah, especially in a main event. Woof. Know your role, ladies.
Keep it real simple.
Yeah, it might be top 3 main roster women's matches.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really good and if you just even looking at it in a vacuum, the finish was fine. I actually loved how Charlotte was only bridging on the one arm and not the arm that was hurt for the figure 8. Just like the only problem, albeit a massive problem, was that Asuka fucking lost because apparently the reason is Vince didn't know how to book her.
She's not white. She can't win.
Well, that's true. No,
Japs can't win.
Japs can't win on the big show. That's true, and that was made abundantly clear on this show when 2 Japanese people who obviously should have won lost. But legit, apparently the reason was he felt handcuffed by her undefeated streak. So he's like, how do we book her? I'm like, I don't know, Vince. Have her win.
Yeah.
It's been going good so far, and then have her win the title.
And now it's all downhill.
Oh, she's fucked.
Her
now.
career is over. She might as well retire now.
Oh yeah, no, this is she's totally fucked. She's in 3 months. She's going to be Bailey. So look forward to that. Meltzer gave it 4 stars. I predicted 3 3/4. You predicted 3 3/4. I'll give it the full 4. I thought it was good. As I said, as a wrestling match, the finish wasn't anything bad. It was just the booking behind it was the problem. But just looking at the work was good. And Charlotte did a weird ass standing on the top rope, opponent standing on the second rope, who was already shorter than you, Spanish Fly. And for that weird choice, that hits the full 4 stars for me. What do you give it?
I don't remember Charlotte working Asuka's leg at all.
No, she didn't.
And I think putting her in the figure 8 for the first time...
It seemed like the submission version of a near fall.
With one arm.
Yeah.
And Asuka taps to me is a bad booking.
Yeah.
Is a terrible finish. So I would give it a 4 because it was good. But the shit finish makes me put it back down to a 3 3/4.
That's fair.
Because if you're going to do that, like, yes, obviously, she's selling the arm, which was great.
Yeah.
But if you're not working the leg...
No,
and you're
the
gonna
move
put
is
it on,
that powerful.
and you're putting the move on, but without one arm, which in theory makes it less
Weaker.
powerful.
Yeah.
And she's going to tap to it. I think it's just a terrible booking. I also feel like, I agree, like, I'm sure Vince really honestly has no idea how to book anyone because Vince doesn't know anything.
That's true.
But, it's like... It's like he goes out of his way to fuck the marks and in the internet.
Yes.
Because everyone thought Asuka was winning.
Yeah.
And he literally was
because,
like,
of course.
I can't let them do what they think, so I have to swerve it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure will come into play later when we talk about the main event match.
Yeah. That is absolutely correct. So that was the first... I feel like the show never fell off one big cliff, per se. It fell off a series...
Maybe for someone.
It fell off a series of many cliffs over the course of the show. Because, like, Asuka losing, and then, like, whatever Taker Cena was, and then Shane McMahon selling for 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
And then Nakamura losing, and then Braun teaming with a trans boy. And then, and then the whole main event. Like, it was like going downstairs.
Falling downstairs.
It was like falling down the stairs.
Tumbling downstairs.
Have you seen the GIF?
Tumblers better than pumpers.
Have you seen the GIF of, like, a puppy tumbling down the stairs and then it bursts into flames at the bottom?
No.
It's so good. That was the show. Fuck. If I can make... Oh, yeah, okay. So for the... No, that's too much work. But if I was a better man, I would do just that GIF on repeat, and that's the video for this on YouTube. Yeah. But it's just gonna be a still of, like, Ronda getting knocked out by Holly Holm or something. Because I think that's funny. But yeah, if I was a better man. So while you're seeing Ronda's dumb face get punched in, imagine a puppy tumbling down the stairs and bursting into flames. Did you find it?
That's the best goddamn thing ever. It like explodes everywhere.
It's so good.
Boom.
Guys, if you're not watching that right now, what are you even doing?
You should link this into the bottom of the video so that people can click on it.
Send me that link right now so I have it.
That's the best goddamn thing ever. I love it.
It makes me so happy. But I'm glad Miz and Asuka won the mixed match challenge, so their charity for dogs who fall down the stairs can get $100,000. There's a 4-way for the U.S. title that I don't even feel like talking about.
I don't even think I watched it.
Like, what? Tell me everything you remember from this match. Go.
I genuinely cannot remember a thing that happened in this match.
I don't remember how Jinder won. I assume he hit his move on someone.
He hit the Colossus on
Rusev. Because fuck that guy for getting over.
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah, and
if Vince doesn't make you, fuck you.
Yeah, even though Vince wanted to make him before, but he doesn't now, so no. Hands off.
No.
Machka.
I honestly, I do not remember a thing.
It was short.
I do not remember things from this match. I really don't.
One of the several shorter than you'd expect matches on the show. I guess some have to be short to do 14 matches.
Yeah, God forbid you don't do this match on Mania.
Yeah, God forbid you don't do this and you don't do the Bludgeon Brothers New Day Usos 3-way. That was fucking useless.
Yep.
And give other stuff more time, or preferably just make the show shorter.
Yes.
So, this continued our trend of neither of us correctly predicting a main show match yet, and you predicting any pre-show. You're still watching the GIF, aren't you? Yeah, it keeps on giving.
It's the best thing I've ever seen. The amount that the dog exploded at the end.
It's more.
It's the best thing ever.
It's more fire than the dog should be able to produce, unless the dog is made out of
It
plutonium.
might be.
But it's so perfect. Everything about it.
It's amazing. And it doesn't help the dog's really cute, too.
Oh yeah, no, it all came together for that one GIF. Like, that was the peak of the internet. It's not getting better than that.
Oh, it's amazing.
I will definitely link that in all things related to this podcast, because it will be the better part of the podcast. Meltzer gave this 2 3/4. That seems high for them having done nothing. I guess they didn't really do anything wrong, but they also didn't do anything.
It was
period.
a first half SmackDown main event.
Yeah, it was a random TV match. I predicted Rusev. You predicted Orton. 0 for 2. I predicted 2 stars. You predicted 1.5. You were not psyched about this match going in. Yeah, Meltz gave it 2 3/4. It was probably the 2 I predicted. I'm okay sticking with 2. Drew, an even one.
I'm giving it an even one.
An even one.
There's
so less.
nothing about this match was entertaining at all.
Well, the right guy.
Even,
right guy won. We know that.
The most important part was Rusev's entrance, and that was it.
Yeah, that's worth a star. That brings us to the match that literally everybody loved, right?
Yes, every single person, especially David Meltzer.
Not even especially, like everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone gave it that. That's not
they-
special for
did
Dave.
Did they not watch it?
I don't know.
Was it just in their peripherals and they were like, hey, Kurt Angle used to be good like 15 years ago and Triple H used to be good
had
like
some good
7 years
matches.
ago.
Yeah.
And Ronda's athletic and attractive and Stephanie sucks.
And then everyone went and got food,
Yeah.
and then came back, and the match was ending, and they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
pretty good."
Pretty good, man. Listen, the combination between Kurt Angle's running and movements in general.
Kurt and Triple H were underwater.
Yeah. Trips was okay,
Kurt was,
but like Kurt couldn't move.
Yeah.
Um,
He has trouble.
And like, just as soon as Ronda got tagged in, and then like that blown, I don't even arm wringer, but like both you spin around and then you're going
Oh,
for
there's
a
some
move,
some
but
good spinning.
oh, just horrible. And then the thing that drove me the absolute nuts about this fucking match is that Ronda Rousey is a legit MMA fighter who has tapped out several women with an armbar.
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon is a mother who is not a trained anything.
Yeah.
And as soon as Ronda puts her in the armbar, she knows to clasp her hands together, and Ronda can't break it. She can't get her arms apart. She can't get her arms apart. And then the second she puts Triple H in it, Triple H can't. Oh, I'm freaking out. I can't get my arms together. She's so much stronger than me.
Hey man, Trips wasn't going to all of Steph's BJJ classes.
Well,
Steph's got that shit scouted.
Shane was teaching her. Shane
Yeah.
taught her all his sick moves.
But he won't teach Triple H because he's jealous
It-
that he's cucking his sister,
That,
right?
yeah.
Cucking him for his sister.
I fucking hated this match. There is nothing about this match that redeems anything.
This match was given 4 1/4 stars by Dave Meltzer. Every review of the show I've read has called this the best match. They're calling it one of the best debuts of all time for Ronda. You predicted -5 stars. Are you sticking with that?
Minus two
Two
stars. I will admit that -5 was a big leap, but I genuinely thought this would be the worst match, and it fucking sucked.
So giving it -2, barring anything, although I guess there's room for stuff in the main and maybe
Oh,
other
there's
matches.
another match in this card that I'm going to give just as low.
Okay, so I was going to say, like, did you think this was the worst match on the show?
This is tied for the worst match on the show.
Spoilers. Because I can do some extrapolating from there.
It's not what you think it is.
Oh, now I'm interested.
It's AJ Nakamura.
I knew it!
No, it's not. Fuck this match. Seriously. Like, it's... Like... I can't even form words of how much I hate this match. Like, Ronda is a shoot fighter. Stephanie McMahon is a 40-year-old mother of two who has never done anything.
Got it scouted.
She physically is not capable of wrestling. She has no right to be in a professional wrestling ring, and she's countering a fucking armbar.
I liked it when Ronda suplexed Stephanie and Stephanie landed on her feet.
Where she, like, pounced like a cat.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Maybe Stephanie's a cat.
Maybe. That might be why I like her.
Everything about this match was fucking terrible. Kurt sucked. All of Kurt's punches were the worst things ever thrown.
Oh yeah, he's no good at that.
Hunter overselling his like flip over the top rope to the floor, and then he just laid on the floor for like 10 years.
Yeah, we were all like, what happened to Triple H?
Yeah, Kelly was like, oh, he did the flip thing. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, didn't even register. This marks the second straight year that a McMahon has had the highest rated match on WrestleMania. This
had literally nothing to do with Stephanie. At least the Shane AJ match had something to do with Shane.
Yes.
This literally has nothing to do with Stephanie.
Shane
this is
contributed.
all Ronda.
Yes. Now, I'm not allowed to watch UFC because my parents think it's too violent.
They not let you watch curling because it's too sexual?
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's the forbidden game.
Yes.
Is this how Ronda did arm bars in the UFC, or did she do them proper?
She did the proper.
So she knows how to do them.
I'm sure they made her do worked arm bars, because...
But, like, you can do a worked arm bar that looks like the real arm bar and not put the arm in a headlock.
I guess. I'm like, maybe it was just so that Stephanie was able to, like...
I don't think it looks cooler.
Yeah, I don't think it looks cooler.
Maybe that's just because I know MMA and how it's supposed to look. But, like, I don't think, like, the headlock in the arm thing looks better than, like, the straight pull, like, the thing you do to actually hurt someone's arm.
Yeah. I don't know. My thoughts were just that it was to make it easier for Steph to, like, fight out of it and reverse and, like, roll her up and, like, stack her up and stuff. I think it was just maybe easier to do it that way than a real armbar where Stephanie would actually have to, like, know how to counter.
Sure.
But yeah, no, they did look bad. They were about as good as Undertaker throwing Hell's Gates on people, where stuff. He doesn't even know how to do his own move.
Master of the Gogoplata. Oh, that was another thing. There were a lot of loose triangles on this show, right? I think both of them Japanese did loose triangles.
Yeah.
And like they both know how to do it too. That's what gets
me. They sure do.
Nakamura and Kana both definitely know how to do a triangle.
Don't tell them that. Well, to be fair, one of those two people has been on vacation for a year, and I don't expect that person to try very hard, even on WrestleMania.
As evidence.
Literally a payday.
Just a working vacation. So I predicted 2 stars, and I am going to go with that 2 stars plus 1 more full star.
Oh my god!
For Ronda's punch in the stomach on Stephanie McMahon.
Kill yourself.
That punch was so good.
Fine, whatever.
It killed her. It killed her baby.
That does not give it a 1 more star.
It's 3 too high. I'm still 1.25 stars below Meltzer and everyone else on the internet.
Yeah, and you're fucking 5 stars.
I'm 5 stars above you.
I mean 6 if you count Dud.
Yeah, 3's high actually. It's in the 2. It's for reals. It's in the 2s. I think it's a 2.5. I'm not sure it's a -2. Maybe it's a -2.
Scott,
Maybe it's a -5. I don't know what's what.
I'm not even exaggerating.
I know.
To me, this is on par with Vince McMahon versus Bret Hart.
You might need to rewatch Vince McMahon versus Bret Hart.
But it was so... Everything in that match was terrible.
Look.
I don't care if she punched a baby out of Stephanie's tummy.
You say that, but that's pretty awesome. Here,
but like,
I'm gonna say something. I think this was the best match of the show. You know what? I love this match.
We're not friends anymore.
Oh boy. No.
We were never friends to begin with. Now we're just not even acquaintances.
Oh. Yeah, no.
I hated this.
No, I don't think it was by any means the best match on the show.
Do you think it was the worst match on the show?
I don't think it was the worst match on the show. So
I bet you and I think the same match is the worst match on the show.
That's where we diverge, is how much we hate it. We've talked too much about this. Let us never speak of it again.
Good.
Next up was the second of 3 cooler matches on the show, because that's how many you need on a show this long. Blood Bludgeon Brothers, who I have written in shorthand as B-Bros, which I think is pretty cool.
I literally thought it said B-Boy, so...
We got the B-Bros, the New Day, and the Usos. They wrestled for, 4 minutes?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, probably legit 6, and did a few things.
Yeah.
And then, Bludgeon Brothers hit a finish, and that was it.
Yeah. Not a lot of drama.
No.
And it definitely played out like a 5-on-2, for sure. It played out like New Day and Usos versus Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, it was a real race war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colors and whites. How it should be.
It was real shirts and skins.
Keep them separated.
Offspring taught us that.
Hey, you know what? You get your own water fountain. Why are you complaining about that?
You get it faster.
Less lines.
Yeah. It's better for everyone.
It is.
I never understood the problem. Meltzer gave it 2. I predicted 3.5. You predicted 3 3/4.
Yeah, I did.
This was your no, not highest, but high. And, it wasn't 3 3/4. It couldn't. There, no. I don't think
there's not enough time in the ring.
Yeah, I don't think there is a 6-minute 3-way tag that could be 3 3/4.
Dragon Gate stuff pretty good.
Probably, but even 6 minutes, there's only so much they're gonna do. So yeah, Meltz gave it 2. Yeah, it's probably 2. It's not more than 2. I don't know. I'll give it 2. I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's not enough there for it to be a higher rating.
Yeah,
because they didn't do enough.
Well, they do. Yeah,
there wasn't even really any there wasn't enough high spots. There wasn't enough dives or I mean, the only thing I remember from this match was Big E trying to power up Harper and really struggling with it and barely getting him up.
Yeah.
And then there was a Harper tope, and Rowan took a really mean something on the floor, maybe.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's literally all I remember from this match. I don't remember the Usos doing anything.
No, the Bludgeon Brothers killing everyone on the last pay-per-view post-match was better than this match.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 at best. Which brings us to The Undertaker wrestled some fan from the crowd. It was crazy.
Yeah, some fan they kept showing all night, just in his seat enjoying the show,
drinking beer and mugging.
Yeah, and then at one point he sprinted
to the back, sprinted in quotation marks, because John Cena's hips, shoulders, and the rest of his body don't work.
Yeah.
It
was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. So they did Cena Taker after some shit with Elias. Who cares?
Yeah. I don't know. I did like the tease of the lights going out for a second.
It was done. It was done perfectly well.
That was pretty fun. I did enjoy that.
Regrettably, no American Badass Taker.
So disappointed.
Very disappointing.
Then what's the point of putting Kid Rock in the same year? Putting him in the Hall of Fame, and you tease The Undertaker.
What's the point in putting Kid Rock and Jeff Jarrett in the Hall of Fame the same year?
Yeah.
If Jeff Jarrett isn't going to come out to Kid Rock playing a knockoff of his own song for Jeff Jarrett as he walks down the aisle to wrestle John Cena instead of Undertaker, who's not there.
That would be amazing.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
That's good booking.
Kid Rock comes out, starts playing American Badass, stops, plays a weird cover of Cowboy.
Yeah, with no lyrics. So
with no lyrics.
Not singing just his band.
Just his band, and Jeff Jarrett comes out. That's how you book. Take a note. Why do they never answer my letters, which I find rude.
Maybe you should go down to their offices and go visit your best friend Vince McMahon in person.
I could. So Undertaker proved that he can't go anymore. In case you didn't see last year's WrestleMania,
or
the previous year's WrestleMania, or really most since Brock Lesnar. They wrestled for 90 seconds. I think it was legit 2.5 minutes.
It was 2.5 minutes. Yeah.
It
was a squash match with John Cena.
Yeah. Did Cena hit? Oh no, because Cena hit the protoplex.
Yeah.
And went for what happened before that? Because I remember everything from the proto. Because it was literally protoplex, go for 5-knuckle.
Undertaker
sits up. Cena gets scared. Just walks into a chokeslam.
Yeah.
Tombstone finish.
Yeah.
So there was a little. Oh, Taker did the old school before that.
Oh yeah, but it was a real scary.
It was careful.
He only took a couple steps from the corner.
I'm amazed he did that much.
Yeah, me too.
That was surprising. But that was it.
Yep.
It was 150 seconds. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they bothered.
I don't know,
honestly.
other than just getting Taker on the card. But, like, if you're going to just have Taker squash somebody, why are you making it Cena?
Why are you making it Cena? Why did you have Taker retire last year?
Yeah.
Why anything? Why is Taker wrestling in a casket match in Saudi Arabia in a couple weeks? Drew making
Get that
the
fast dollars.
Drew making the big money hand gesture in a casket match that was going to be against Rusev, and then Rusev made a tweet, and now it's not against Rusev, and Rusev might in fact be out of the company now.
Yep.
And it's Taker Jericho in Saudi Arabia. I believe they both have to wear hijabs.
No, they're not women.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
Jericho looks like an old mom, so
Yeah, well, Jericho
might have to wear one.
We'll see how that works out.
I bet you they make more money on that show than we think.
I bet they do.
They all got a shit ton of money.
all that crazy oil money.
Yeah.
Are they gonna? Well, we'll talk about the results of the potential results of the main event when we talk about the main event of this show. So yeah, Meltzer gave it a 1.25 stars. You predicted 2 stars. I predicted 1 star because I've been fooled too many times by Undertaker WrestleMania matches, and I won't get fooled again, as Creedence Clearwater Revival said. I know music.
What a weird poll.
I know.
Like, you could have literally said, like, I don't know, the Rolling Stones, and you went with fucking CCR.
Drew, that's why one of us is a professional comedian. You. It was 1 star. Yeah, I gave it 1.
Oh,
They did a few moves and they got 1 star.
I'll give it 0.5.
0.5.
Half a star.
Which is, I believe, Undertaker's highest rated WrestleMania match in 3 years. Because the last 2 were actually worse.
Yeah.
Because they went longer.
Yeah. And exposed him way more.
Yeah, last year, I think I gave a dud. And I don't remember what I gave him and Shane. But it wasn't good. As I recall. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Daniel Bryan came back and wrestled. And
Sort
that's a little bit. It's pretty awesome that he's wrestling. The match was structured oddly.
Is it enough to make you cry when you see him?
Oh, Drew, the second his music hit, I was bawling. You were here. You saw me. Tears streaming down the face. And definitely not the... And no, I was going to go too far, as they say in the business, so let's leave it at that. So they powerbomb him on the apron the second the match starts, as I recall. And so then they do a stretcher job with him, and then the next 2.5 hours of our lives is watching Shane McMahon sell his tummy.
Yeah. Shoot sell his
Shoot
tummy,
sell, because
he was in a tremendous amount of pain.
There's no way he should have been in a wrestling ring. He probably shouldn't have been standing up.
Yeah.
Because he had, I don't know, 8 different internal maladies.
Yeah.
And all of his concussions, and his brain doesn't work. That's beside the point in this case. But it was Kevin Steen and El Generico, or whatever they're known as now, punching him in the tummy, which a lot of our YouTube commenters can get behind.
Yep.
For those who watch our wrestling, and especially the wrestling of the women who wrestle on our shows and enjoy the hair pulling and tummy punching aspects,
And more armbars.
and armbar aspects of women's wrestling.
They're really into that elbow in the vagina setup.
That was a good one. Shane, it just, like, I understand what they were going for, but it's not what people wanted. Like, it should have been about Danielson. It was at the end, sure.
Sure.
Because, like, and I understand that's what they were doing. They're like, oh, hold it off a little more, then he comes back and kicks everyone's ass at the end, which he did, and, like, that's the correct booking at the end. But, like, you don't need to hold it off for another 13 minutes when it's been 3 years. Like, we're blue-balled enough.
Yeah.
You can just do it.
I really hate the way that I assume it's Vince, thinks that you need to build up all this sympathy for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get so much sympathy that the fans are literally like...
Or
can't-
Scott Steiner would pronounce it simpy.
Simpy. You can't... You have to build it up so much that the crowd can't sit calm. Like, they can't sit down anymore. Like, they're so red, they can't sit down, I can't do it, I need to...
Come!
Like, yeah. He edges them so much.
A shower of ejaculate.
Yeah, like, it's dumb. I hate it. I hate that style of booking where...
Painting the roof of the Superdome. They'll need shovels afterwards
Gross.
to scoop it up
Gross.
and throw it in the biohazard bin.
Mix it into your special sauces for McDonald's.
Yeah, you don't need to book that way. You can sometimes. You don't always need to.
Especially in this situation.
Yeah, you're good. Like, it's a guy coming back from a career-ending injury that a dumb
That you tried to
Irishman
prevent from
gave him.
happening.
Yeah. Like, we're good. The story is written. You're okay. But, no, we needed another little while of waiting for Daniel Bryan to wrestle. Which would be okay if the guy who was tiding us over until then wasn't Shane McMahon. Who has just a litany of problems. So yeah, he did the Van Terminator to Sami Zayn in the Tree of Woe, right?
Yeah.
And hit it fine, got the distance he actually got lots of distance.
Yeah, lots of distance.
Like, that was impressive. So
I'm sure we were all thinking you shouldn't be doing this.
we're all like, oh Shane, this is gonna be rough. That's the only thing I can remember Shane doing. The rest is just him getting beaten up in my head.
Yeah.
I assume he had another hope spot, but I don't know what.
I don't remember. I really don't.
Then Danielson comes back and rightfully kicks everyone's ass, taps Zayn. Yeah, he had like the knee and the yes lock at the end of it, and yeah, finish was good. It was what it was supposed to be. But yeah, just a lot of Shane selling,
Which he's known for.
Sure. Meltzer gave it 3.5. We both predicted 4. And both of us secretly hoping for it to be even better than 4.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was much lower than a 4.
I gave it 3 1/4.
I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah. It's in there. It's in that realm. And time for... I'm sorry. I was wrong earlier, because now it's time for the third of 4 cooler matches. The Raw Women's Title match. Alexa Bliss versus the Angkor Wat. Oh, no, it's not a large building in Thailand, it's Nia Jax. Cambodia, whatever. Southeast Asia. They're all the same.
Laos.
Laos.
Myanmar.
Are you Chinese or Japanese?
I'm Laotian.
So are you Chinese or Japanese? They did some stuff. I think they told us that Nia wasn't like most girls.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Was there... Did Alexa have a funny line?
Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man.
Don't treat me like a toilet, even though you can't. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
So that was good. I remember nothing besides the finish of this match.
I don't even remember the finish of this
Finish was a pretty good second rope Samoan drop.
Oh, yeah.
Where she kind of crushed her. That was cool. So...
I think the finish saves this from being a dud, to me.
Yeah. Meltzer gave it 2 3/4.
1.
We both predicted 1.5. I'll stick with 1.5.
1.
And you say 1.
This was a nothing match.
Yeah, it was one of, as we said, one of many coolers. This one was the cooler. This one did not do its job as the cooler for AJ Nakamura, which was next, and for 5/6 of the match had pretty garbage heat.
Well, Scott...
Might have had something to do that we were in hour 12.
Yeah, would
show.
you not imagine that, based on the fact that everybody had to sit through a bunch of dog shit to get to something we actually wanted?
Yeah, I can see that.
If this opened,
Ooh,
great heat.
I wish this would have opened. That would have been sweet.
Instead, everybody was tired and uninvested. I literally have no desire to ever go to a WrestleMania for several reasons. I hate wrestling.
Hey, wrestling fans.
Fucking loathe wrestling fans.
They're the worst.
But I also have no desire to sit in a stadium
For that long.
For that long. I really don't.
Yeah. No,
Even,
it doesn't seem fun.
At some point in my life, maybe I would have sat through like a 4-hour WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But now, I don't even think I want to watch wrestling for more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, takeovers are a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. Takeovers are the max.
Yeah.
That's what they should be.
This match really suffered from being so late in the card.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't just this match. It was like everything for the rest of the show.
No, it was a lot. There's the series of cliffs. The show fell off. So, story of this match is that besides the bad heat, it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. And it's about to get into high gear. They do a really cool reversal of the, I was going to say Bomaye, what is it, the Kinshasa, into the Styles Clash. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a sweet near fall, and then we're getting down to business. Yeah. And then the match ended. Like, they forgot to do the finishing sequence. Yeah. Like a big main event, but like a 5-minute finishing sequence. It was this, like, the first near fall was the end.
Yeah.
It was weird. Oh, pardon me.
This was like an AJ versus, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler or something SmackDown match.
Yeah.
That's what the finish
with
was.
that kind of finish.
Kind of finish, yeah.
Like an interesting reversal of someone's move into the other move.
That, like, nobody actually expects the other guy to win, so they know AJ's going to win, so then AJ wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so, like, it just killed whatever heat this match had.
Yeah.
Like, when AJ won, I don't even think the crowd was like, whoa, he won. It was like, oh.
They were a little bit, but not, like, again, as you said, if this had been first, like, it would have been way different.
Yeah.
But also surprised at the winner, although I shouldn't have been when I remembered who's in charge.
Also, one of them's a Jap.
Yeah,
Japs can't win.
No Jap wins on the big show. This kind of cemented that this is not the Nakamura of old.
Yeah, this is the Nakamura of, I'm just here because I'm getting paid. My kids get to go to a fancy private school.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he can do what he used to do. Because there has been zero evidence of it in the last 2 years, including a WrestleMania match with his ideal opponent.
Yeah.
So if this is the ceiling for Nakamura now, I guess. Like,
yeah,
because we all kind of thought like, well, first we're like, oh, he's saving it for pay-per-views, and then like, oh, he's not saving it for pay-per-views. He's saving it for what, you know. And then we're eventually like, oh, he's really saving it for Mania with AJ Styles. Like, this is the subscribing to the Scott potential energy theory. If I don't do anything physical for the entire time leading up to my match, then I can use it all in the match. Yeah. And hey, for me it works, but
not for everyone.
But not for everyone, and apparently not for Nakamura. It's not that he was bad. I don't want people to get that impression. He was pretty good, but just not like.
This is the biggest match you've, in theory, ever had in your life.
Yeah, and you're a top tier in the world wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What if he leaves WWE and goes back to New Japan and still, like, has this mentality? Like, what if going to America, like, ruined him as a wrestler?
Now, tell me this. Which is the more interesting story? He goes back to New Japan and is ruined, or he goes back to New Japan and is as good or better.
110%?
Yeah, he has a 7-star match with Okada.
Sure.
Like, both of those are interesting stories. I kind of like the other one, where, like, he was just straight up dogging it in America, even though he could have been awesome. Sure. He was like, fuck it, I don't need to be. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
I enjoy that dick mentality.
I do. I also enjoy that dick mentality.
Yeah.
I enjoy that dick, too.
Sure. Well, not his, because it's Susma. But maybe AJ's packing. I don't know. Do Christians have big dicks? Is that a thing?
Maybe. You'll never find out.
I'll have to line up some Christian dick. Do some science.
Yeah, some Christian.
Even though Christians hate science, so it's very...
Hit up Christian Mingle. They're bound to have a same-sex section, right?
I think it's only that.
Oh, it's only gays?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing but repressed Christians,
Nice.
just like
Cheating on their wives?
cheating on their wives. Yep.
With younger, supple, hairless Asian
Just
boys?
a bunch of pastors from the Midwest sucking young dick. Meltzer did not give us 4 stars. Give it 3 3/4. I thought he might overrate it. Didn't so much. I predicted 4.5. You predicted 4 3/4. I don't think it was that good.
No.
I think I'm not against 3 3/4. I'm not against the Meltzer rating.
I was going to say that you'd have to argue pretty hard for this to be a 4.
To get to 4.
I think.
Yeah. If someone said 4, fine. I would absolutely not go higher than that. And I'm going to give it 3 3/4. I think I'm sort of viewing it as a 4-star match that underachieved, so I'm removing a quarter from it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get to be 4 stars.
I agree.
Yeah, this is easily a star below their New Japan match, which most people called 4 3/4 and a few called 5. I don't think it was 5 because it wasn't even the best match on the show, but it was still really good, and it was a lot better than this. And it wasn't that long ago. It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
But
Seems like longer.
Seems like way longer.
Seems like 4
Yeah.
or 5.
Like, it's weird that AJ Nakamura had a New Japan match in 2016.
Yeah. Crazy.
But, yeah, there you have it. So I say 3 3/4. Were you thinking 4? Or were you thinking
Nope, I was thinking 3 3/4. I said
3 3?
it's hard for this to be a 4. Like, you'd have to put a lot of argument forward as to why this is a 4.
Yeah.
Not so much that it was bad,
Yeah.
just...
A real underachievement, though. And
Speaking of underachievements and bad...
hey now, the 4th and final cooler of the show. I think Drew's mad. Bro.
I wanted to turn WrestleMania off. You and Kelly... Well, you wouldn't let me. Kelly didn't care.
Kelly's sort of given up.
Yeah, and on life.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I did not mean on wrestling.
Yeah, on everything.
He was like, "Hey, Kelly, do you want to breathe today? I don't care."
Meanwhile, he's putting a suicide pill in his mouth, and we have to get it out.
Yeah, how many times did we have to rip that pill out of his mouth?
I don't know why he doesn't just get like one of those false teeth.
Yeah.
that you just bite into, and then cyanide, you're dead.
Yeah, the spy death.
Yeah,
I love it.
a false canine.
Like Kelly.
Yeah. Take that, Kelly.
Perfect.
I know you're going to listen to this, you son of a bitch. He's not.
No, but he'll get mad. And also, that's not fair. Baron Corbin is a false canine, as Kelly yelled at him during the Battle Royal, like accusing him of the wolf version of blackface, basically. You're not a real wolf, piece of shit. So what'd you think about this match? It was the Bar defending their Raw Tag Team titles. Cesaro, legitimately great wrestler, and Sheamus, legitimate career killer, against Braun Strowman and a mystery partner.
I don't want to talk about it.
You have to talk about it.
No, I don't want to.
I want only you to talk about it.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna.
I said that this was tied for the worst match.
I'm
changing my vote.
You've come around.
-5 stars.
-5 stars.
Minus
You say.
5 stars. This was a complete waste of time and talent. And now I'm talking about it. God,
I got you, guys. I got him.
God.
I knew it. Hey, talk about it.
Look, regardless of if
I think you mean irregardless.
irregardless of what you feel about, not just nearly
What you feel about trans children?
anyone.
Because, by the way, that's why I wouldn't let you turn off the show, because it was too transphobic.
I don't care.
You're like, I don't want this girl boy on my television set. Click.
We genuinely thought it was a girl.
We all thought it was a girl. Then when Braun said, "And what's your name, little boy?" we're like, "What are you talking about?"
Come on, you idiot! That's a girl.
Ugh, dumb horse eyes. You can't see anything. Yeah, point in different directions.
Put those blinders on him so
Yeah.
you can see straight ahead.
Blew my mind that it was a boy.
Yeah, boom! I couldn't believe it. Like, just even if people think that Sheamus is garbage, whatever, he is garbage.
Yeah.
But The Bar has literally been like their best tag team on Raw for 2 years.
Yeah.
And this, not only is this like totally exposing the business.
You don't say. Literally, a kid named Nicholas is in the record books as a champion.
And here's the thing too: is it's not even like it was a fucking Make-A-Wish kid.
No,
I think I would
referees.
I think I would be less mad if it was Make-A-Wish kid who was legitimately dying, and then
if it was another Connor type.
Yeah, like sure, whatever.
Yeah,
but the kid isn't even sick or dying. He's literally just a referee.
Some would call transsexuality a sickness. So. And that's the end of the show. I just literally turns it off.
Oh, was so close. No, I just like I would let it slide if it was actually a sick kid.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
Just a referee's son.
Just a kid.
Like, what is so hard with you booking it as just Braun?
They refused.
Or giving them an actual professional wrestler as your partner. Like, it's
too easy.
It's just
when you think they're gonna zig, they zig.
And then to literally just relinquish it the next night.
Yeah, what was the point?
So that you can just do another match at the greatest Royal Rumble for it's
just Bar versus someone, right?
It's fucking stupid.
I do not get the point.
And and also the show is already running, it's already a 7-hour fucking show.
Did you need this?
Did you need 10 minutes of Braun walking through the crowd?
Oh, he walked for
yelling
so
for
long,
someone, pointing for someone.
Long.
Like, Jesus Christ. The only funny thing about it was that there was a bunch of New Japan wrestlers in the crowd.
Yes.
And when he did that, all of the New Japan wrestlers and fans were all pointing at Tanahashi.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get Tanahashi, and Tanahashi was like, hello, me, I'll do it.
Suzuki was there, too. How rad would that
And they were
have
all
been?
just like, but they were pretty, I saw their pictures of where their seats were.
Yeah.
They were, pretty far back. You'd think that AJ and Nakamura would splurge
would get them?
and get their fucking friends some better seats.
No.
Nah.
Third bowl.
Yeah, it was, pretty far away, but, that would have been, even if, obviously they're not going to pick them, but even if,
walk
on
past
camera,
them,
you're like, holy shit, there's a bunch of New Japan wrestlers.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
But
no, just wandering and then finding a boy.
But it's like such a waste of time.
Yeah.
And it's not even like the crowd was dying or super into it at that point.
No.
It was just bland.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is the big pick me up. I guess some of the crowd was pretty into it, but
I guess.
I think another thing that was just really fucking dumb was even if Braun, because at some point Braun was doing the face in peril, and then he makes the tag to Nicholas. What the fuck is the point of that? Because even in Braun's mind, Braun doesn't need a partner,
right?
So he picks a kid to sort of be hey, fuck you guys, I don't need a partner, But then tags in his child partner.
Steps in, looks frightened,
and then tags back out. I get the point is the visuals of having the kid in the ring at WrestleMania.
Sure.
But from a kayfabe standpoint,
don't get it.
Why would you do it?
Couldn't tell you.
Everything about this match was trash. Trash. -5 stars. This worst match on the show.
You predicted 2 3/4. I predicted 2 1/4. I gave it a dud. You're talking me into giving it less. 0 might be too good.
Yeah.
For this match.
There are 0 dud matches that you are doing an injustice to by giving this one a dud.
Yeah. I guess this is in the minuses. Poor Cesaro. He's one of the best wrestlers.
He is.
Legit
He's
one of the
great.
best. He's phenomenal. And just... Oh, boy. Yeah, this is somewhere between... Sorry, you gave it -5?
Yeah.
Good job. It's somewhere between a dud and -4. You be the judge. Maybe it's -5. I don't know. Which brings us to the main event. Brock and Roman Reigns. Rematch from 3 years ago.
Built for 3 years.
Built for 3 years. Every bit as good. Maybe better than 3 years ago. Yes. He said, looking at his podcasting partner with hope in his eyes. No. Oh, Drew has...
Yeah, it was the best match I've ever seen.
Drew has joined the choir of angels.
Best match I've ever seen.
Yeah. So, my favorite thing about this match, besides the finish, I guess, was the first F5, which came early-ish, right, in the match. And obviously he hits the F5. Obviously Roman kicks out. I yell at Drew pause it right now. Pause this broadcast. And I said, and the kick out is to
Zero.
crickets.
No heat.
Dead silence. And I said, pause it. And I said, think about what we just saw in the big picture. Because if you just look at it at face value, Roman kicked out of the F5 at WrestleMania, obviously. But when you think about the big picture of what happened, for 12 straight months, ever since last year's WrestleMania, when Lesnar beat Goldberg with one F5 to win the world title that he has held for 1 year until now, and in every single defense he's had, he has won the match with one F5. Nobody has kicked out of it. And I said, pause this and look what 1 year of build to this one spot has got you. Nothing. It was at that point we mathematically disproved the existence of God. There is no kind and loving God out there. There is nothing waiting for you on the other side. It is darkness, and there's nothing. That's the end of the, that's the end of the podcast. But right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. This would have worked in the 70s or the 80s.
Yeah.
You have a guy who's, I don't know, doing a pile driver.
Which is the last time that Vince knew how to book BT
Yeah.
Dub.
Doing like let's say a jumping pile driver.
Sure.
That's your finish.
Yeah.
You hit everybody with it for like 3 years and
Always
nobody
win.
ever gets out of it.
Yeah.
And then you have like the young up and coming
The big challenger.
babyface,
A young Hogan or something.
a young Terry Boulder.
A young Terry Boulder. A young Stan Stasiak. Whatever.
And then sure, it works then.
Yeah.
Right? Because the guy, you're not seeing the wrestlers all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly do the same thing, and when something big happens, it's a big thing. But number one, it's not like nobody's ever kicked out of the F5 before.
Everything until last year, everyone always kicked out of the F5.
Always kicked out of the F5.
It just became a thing the last year, and they tried to make you forget everything before this year because Vince thinks wrestling fans are so stupid that that's how far their attention span works, which, to his credit, is usually right. But not in this specific case.
Yeah.
This was the exception that proves the rule. And so, yeah, it was absolutely nothing. And of course it was. And then, as the match progressed, we kicked out of 100 more F5s.
I think it was 3 more?
Each. I think he hit
4 in total he kicked out of, and 5 was after the elbows, and then he pinned them.
Yes. And there was the one on the table on the floor as well.
Oh, yeah. But that was like...
Or was that the fourth?
I think that was the 4th one, because it was hit it on the table, roll him in the ring,
Kick
go
out.
for the pin, kick out,
Yeah.
and then...
Yeah. So he essentially kicked out of 4.
He kicked out of 4.
Yeah.
And Brock hit 5.
Yeah, I think that's right. This was also mostly a squash.
Yeah.
Not to the extent of Taker Cena, or not to the extent of Brock Cena.
Yeah.
When Brock beat Cena for the title, but it was Brock doing 1,000 suplexes.
Some better than others.
Some of which looked pretty good. Some of which were absolute garbage. Like some of the Germans, were kind of good. Like Roman did the full roll through. Other times Roman didn't jump.
He bitched
period.
out. He bitched
and
out.
completely bitched
Yeah.
out. Then there was the belly to belly on the floor where Roman landed on his face.
Yeah.
That was good. And there was
He wouldn't commit.
Then there was whatever they did onto the table.
It was supposed to be, apparently, from what I understand, is Lesnar called it on the fly, and it was supposed to be a belly, into the table, and, it just didn't
It
work.
just did, yeah.
It just didn't happen.
Roman just jumped forward.
Yeah.
Did not make any attempt to flip. The one with his head on the floor, he attempted to flip just too late.
Yeah.
Which is also funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was just a ton of that. Roman got some hope spots, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure he hit some Superman punches or something, because that's pretty much just what he does now.
He hit a couple, and then when he went for the spear was when Brock countered, then started doing the...
Yeah, was that the knee counter?
No, it was knee counter, yeah.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah, that was really good.
I like that.
Good jump, good placement of the leg.
I like that for real. Then he did the Orton concussion blood elbows. Apparently there's some debate whether it was hard way or blading. I don't know the answer.
I would
guess-
say hard way.
It seemed like it. It wasn't.
There was so much blood, though.
Yeah, it wasn't as brutal as the ones on Orton. I don't think Roman got a concussion, but it's still like he was hitting him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Take your pick, and then like if memory serves, like he bloodied him up, and then like that kind of fired up Roman. Then Roman like was that when Roman got his like his big comeback?
Yeah, that made Roman come back a little bit.
Yeah. Then did he hit one spear or two spears? He hit one for sure.
I think he hit one for sure. I don't know if he hit two.
Yeah, and we thought that was the finish because Roman had to win, obviously. And then it wasn't the finish. Brock kicked out. We're like, okay, they're doing more near falls. And then basically the next thing was Brock hitting the 14th F5 of the match.
Yep.
And pinning him.
Pinning him.
And us going...
To our shock.
Us going, what?
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Kind of saved Mania, because it was pretty funny.
I guess. I heard that Vince wants Roman to earn it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know that Vince knows.
Literally, what does that mean?
Like, earn the crowd, like, win the crowd over.
Well,
But then-
when does he think that might
But
happen?
then, I don't know if you saw his promo on Raw, but it was just him being a whiny bitch.
It was him being a whiny
Him
bitch
blaming everyone else for why he didn't win.
and making weird, like, fake shoot comments.
Yeah.
Like, he was basically saying that, like, I was told I was gonna win and then I didn't.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm like, oh, how does that work in a kayfabe
Doesn't-
context? Like,
It's like
in a
when
kayfabe
we're watch-
context, you just lost the fight.
It's like
clean.
It's like when we were watching the Thunder before Bischoff and Rusev take off, and they're like, they're heads of our booking committee now. They're on the creative team.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. They like and literally they almost said like they're writing our storylines
Yeah.
now. Like what?
Yeah.
So yeah, just no good. That being said, I think Roman might win the title.
Oh,
in
he's
Saudi
100%
Arabia.
winning.
He's going
I'll tell
to,
you
right?
what, because it's a more favorable crowd.
I was going to say it's because they're dumb foreigners
they're idiots,
who
yeah.
might cheer for the face.
Yeah.
like they're supposed to.
Yeah. And
Like-
especially if like Heyman and Brock do some shitty heel stuff on the mic
Yeah.
before the match.
They're
and,
like, oh, we let our women drive. Take that.
yeah. Our women like taking it in the butt.
We don't even do genital mutilation. Boo!
Yeah, he's totally winning. 100% winning.
He is,
There's
right?
no way he's not.
That's stupid. I hate it. I hope he never
But
wins.
I also heard that Brock was promised defending the title at SummerSlam against Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
So I don't fucking know anymore. And also Brock was leaving after WrestleMania
And now he's
and going
not.
back to UFC.
Yeah, one thing I very much agree with Meltzer on, because apparently it's very unclear what his new deal is, whether it's for, like, one match or 5 years. But Meltzer basically said, don't put any credence into anything UFC until he re-enters the testing pool.
But he's got to do USADA. He's got another 6 months on USADA.
Yeah.
So even if he entered now,
It's another 6
it's another
months.
6 months before
Yeah,
he...
and he has not entered now.
No. And even if he does it in 6 months, like, he still has to, in theory, drop the title. So
Yeah.
when is he going to start training?
Yeah.
So even if he does enter, it's going to be, like, probably close to a year before he... Unless he just, like, goes in whatever shape and doesn't give a fuck and, like...
Sure.
Whatever. But the idea, I think, is they're
Just
trying...
becomes a high-priced jobber.
They're trying to book him for the winner of Stipe and Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
And then, like, just because it'll be, like, a big draw.
Yeah.
But, like... Even
Because-
if he enters it now, and then in theory he enters now. Those two still have to fight. Those two, in theory, whoever wins might have a medical suspension.
Yeah.
So and Brock would still have to train.
Uh-huh.
So we're looking at like I would say at the earliest 10 months.
Yeah, like-
if not like over a year.
Early 2019.
Yeah. So I mean his contract could literally be anything.
Yeah, so it's weird. And, like, in case anyone was wondering if merit still means anything in UFC, it fucking doesn't. Lesnar has not won an honest fight since Shane Carwin. Legitimately.
Yeah, legit. He's
Which
either
was-
lost or he's done drugs that
Which
he
was-
doesn't know about doing.
Which was what, 2011 or 2010?
2010, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just lost in 2011, right? That's when his last
Yeah,
fights were. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, has not... by the time he fights, probably will not have won a fight on the record books in close to 9 years.
Yeah.
And will get a heavyweight title shot.
Yeah. And it will infuriate everybody else within the company and alienate them like he did last time.
Yes, and then we'll win
make a shit ton of money.
We'll win the title, test positive, then have to give up the title.
I don't know that he can beat Stipe.
He can't.
I really don't think he can.
I don't think he can beat Cormier.
That's hard because Cormier's kind of short.
He's kind of short,
but he's a much better fighter.
Yeah, he's been fighting regularly, so he's got that going for him.
That's a hard one. I farted. Brock beat Shane Carwin in July of 2010.
Yeah.
He lost in 2010 to Cain Velasquez, 2011 to Alistair Overeem, and then a no contest in 2016
with Hunt
to Mark Hunt.
Yeah. It's a good career trajectory.
Sure.
So Meltzer gave this match 3 stars.
Meltzer's fucking drunk.
You predicted ? And I predicted ? Because I fell asleep on the floor.
I think we also both refused to acknowledge that this was happening.
We definitely made predictions, and I definitely don't remember and forgot to get it. Going back through my own brain, I would guess that I said something in the 2s. If I was to do it now in hindsight, pretending I haven't seen the match, I bet I was in the 2.5, 2 3/4 range.
I bet I was the same.
I bet that's what I said.
Actually, I bet I was probably about a 2. I think
you were probably lower than me.
I think I was a 2.
Having seen it now, I have no idea what to rate it. Was it even a match?
I don't know. I don't care.
-9 stars.
He said, with slamming his face into his pillow. -9 stars.
I don't know. Some of the throwing around was fun. I think the finish was like a huge surprise.
Yeah.
The amount of blood was insane.
Yeah, he got a good one.
Like, especially in the PG era. Like, that's a lot of fucking blood.
Yeah, you just don't see it anymore.
And in a state where you're not allowed to bleed.
Yeah, which is equally funny. Also, we're not allowed to do pile drivers. The Undertaker.
Hey, don't you talk to Mean Mark. He'll come get you.
I can.
I might send his wife out.
I feel like I can outrun him.
I don't know. Like,
I think it's 1.5, maybe 1.25. I don't know. It's bad.
Is it 2?
I mean, I did like. I think one of my favorite things was how much the crowd turned on the match.
Oh yeah,
chanting "This is awful."
We got boring. We got "This is
booing.
awful." CM Punk.
It sucked. Like that was the best
All
part.
The hits.
That
yeah.
was the best part.
That,
sure. And how angry you could tell Brock was.
Oh,
and I think there were certain times where Brock looked pretty mad and might have been meaner to Roman.
And took it out on Roman
because of how much the crowd hated
it. You're blowing up my spot, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's 2 something. So, yeah, that was the show. If you'll recall, the beginning of our preview podcast, I said we falsely predicted that Manias 30 and 31 would be bad, and then they were good, and we were punished for them with the terrible Manias 32 and 33, but the punishment is over, the curse has been lifted, and now we have a clean slate once again, so I'm going to say that this Mania is going to be pretty good. And this was Allah himself punishing me for any sort of optimism, teaching me to never have hope again, because this Mania was not pretty good.
This was the worst WrestleMania I've ever watched.
It was the longest WrestleMania I've ever watched, legitimately.
This WrestleMania was on par with 9.
Wow. Caesar's Palace. Jim Ross in a toga.
Yep.
Doink in a singles match.
Hogan going into business for himself.
Brutus Beefcake in a chicken outfit. Seriously, watch that Money Inc. versus Mega Maniacs?
Mega
Maniacs, and tell me, and just when you see Brutus Beefcake, think giant chicken.
I hate wrestling. I hate wrestling fans. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
I would gladly give up the 27 years I've been watching wrestling to have not had to sit through this WrestleMania.
A bold statement, but not inaccurate. Yeah. you're doing the right thing.
Do the Lord's work. God approves of the work I'm doing, but he does not approve of my lifestyle.
Absolutely not. It is sinful and decadent.
And homoerotic.
So basically, what we're saying is, can't wait till next year.